adopted Zoe, we looked and we saw, she walks kind of funny. What's wrong with this dog? And she doesn't even like to go on long walks, which seems kind of strange. Second fastest animal on earth, doesn't want to go for a walk? What? Doesn't even want to go out? Would rather just stay on her bed. Well, the reason was we found out that she had broken her pelvis while racing. And instead of repairing the pelvis had just been allowed to heal over.
Pretty long animals, like, I don't think they fit in these type of cages.
Can you stretch or like do any type of movement about what you're doing right now?
Not really much. If I try to stand up, my back's definitely gonna hit that. And to like turn around, it's like, I'll have to like really break it down into like different movements. And it's kind of hard, but for them I think it'd be harder because they have a lot more like joints, and that's how I say, like the way their bodies are made is not really for this type of confinement. Like they can't really move around.
You think you can lay down?
Lay down probably like on my side, but not much.
When we formed the GREY2K USA Education Fund, we said, well, dog racing is happening all across the country. It's not just here in Massachusetts, it's everywhere.
Greyhound racing is very cruel to the dogs, that dogs get injured, that they die, that they are confined in little cages, and that it's just no way to treat a dog. Millions of households in America have dogs as members of their family. Americans love dogs, and as soon as they understand what happens to dogs in greyhound racing, they want to put an end to it.
Smokey. He is 5 and he used to race at the track at Raynham, and I've had him for about a year and a half.
This is Tobin. He just turned 3. He used to also race, I think, up at Raynham, and I got him in October. It was important for me to rescue a dog from somewhere, and so I was looking in different kinds of dogs. I've always liked really big dogs, and I didn't know anything about greyhounds, and I thought that they were just wild and crazy, running all the time. And again, when I found out that they just sort of run for a little bit and then sleep on the couch the rest of the day, that's about my speed. So I found this organization and found Tobin, and that was it.
As long as greyhound racing exists, dogs will suffer terrible injuries. At every operating track across the country, and there are 23 left, dogs suffer broken bones, broken legs. They die of cardiac arrest. They're paralyzed. They suffer heat stroke and seizure. We're hopeful that we will see dog racing end in the next several years, but it will take a lot of hard work. We really need to continue educating the public about what is happening to greyhounds. GREY2K USA Education Fund is a nonprofit organization, and we're working to help greyhounds all across the country. Since we formed, in fact, 8 states have ended the cruelty of dog racing, and that's a record we're very proud of. There are at least 1,000 dogs who are living in what would amount to chicken coops for greyhounds, and newspaper is their only bedding. They have no choice. They can't interact with one another.
And once you adopt a greyhound and learn what happens to them, it seems to me you can't help but want to end greyhound racing.
They recommended a greyhound because they're pretty lazy and pretty calm, pretty mellow, kind of easygoing dogs. So I didn't know anything about them, so I started reading up on them and realized it was a dog that, you know, could be active, but is pretty mellow, good with people, easy to be around. And that's how I ended up with him.
Greyhounds are basically very sweet, gentle dogs. I mean, Hope is your basic greyhound, Zoe is your basic greyhound. Some of them have been hurt at the track, some of them have been abused. And so you'll meet, once in a while, you'll meet a shy greyhound that's afraid of people. But that shy greyhound will be a loving member of his or her own family.
As long as greyhound racing exists, dogs will suffer terrible injuries. At every operating track across the country, and there are 23 left, dogs suffer broken bones, broken legs. They die of cardiac arrest. They're paralyzed. They suffer heat stroke and seizures. And this is something that's going to continue until we can stop dog racing in its tracks. That's something that we are very focused on doing. We can't do it alone, though. We need help. And this change will only happen if people learn about the cruelty, which is our mission, to educate them about that cruelty, and join with us in supporting these efforts. The GREY2K USA Education Fund places advertisements in both animal protection as well as environmental magazines all across the country. And in these ads, we ask people to call us, join with us, to educate others about the cruelty of dog racing. We want them to advocate, educate, and donate, because it does take money to keep this organization running. So everybody who sees this, if you go on our website and make a donation, sign up to volunteer, you can be part of this successful effort to help thousands and thousands of dogs.
Well, it's gonna be alright, no matter how black the night. There's a moon, ain't nobody forgot about you. Every star knows your name. If you should stumble, ain't no need to feel ashamed, babe. Sing this lullaby from your mountains. Shout till it echoes in the caves. Lift your head up.